Hey guys, happy Thursday and welcome to Tea Time Thursday with me, Nereyda. I hope you guys are doing well and happy Thursday. So cheers with whatever drink you have in front of you. And cheers for it being Thursday. Another day of simply living and being here and another day of our breath. Right? So yesterday I felt a little chaotic. I woke up and I had instantly a lot of worries. There was car situation, work situation, coming back from vacation, and just like all these things happening the day that I arrived, leading to the next day. And I woke up at like 5, super ready to start my day and go to work, and the things that were supposed to be there weren't, and my nervous system felt like it was shaking. And I've never really felt that way. So one of my friends messaged me and she mentioned something along the lines how it's anxiety, like when your mind can't, what'd you say? It was something along the lines of how it's the reaction of your mind, of the anxiousness that's happening in your mind. You know, that was interesting. So I literally just took it not day by day, but like moment by moment. And towards the evening, I started to meditate. And one of my other friends also asked me, a long time ago, we were having this conversation about the things that I share online. And she asked me like, do you actually follow them? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. Like, I will never share something on my social media feed or content that I haven't done myself. And if I'm curious about it, or if I'm just openly talking about it and pondering, I'll even say that beforehand. But yeah, so that's what I did yesterday. I just literally second by second was just, okay, this is it, what's next? And I meditated. I ended up actually going for a walk to get some fresh air, and that's helped me before. So I ended up going for a walk. Hey Jocelyn, hey Alex. Talking about yesterday and how my nervous system was shaking and what I did, but taking it second by second, moment by moment. I ended up going for a walk and just sending voice memos to one of my best friends and just sharing out loud what was going on, and it felt really good. Just the moment when I sent the voice memo out, it felt good. So I know sometimes that's very vulnerable to share, or to share with somebody else, but it really, really helps. Somebody that, hey, Maddie, hey, Daryl. So that helps. It helps to share. It's scary, it's vulnerable, you're in like those raw feelings of it happening, but the moment that you share with somebody that you feel safe and loved and heard and wanted, it feels really good. So I did that. I meditated on like my root chakra. Ended up falling asleep for a little bit, and it was such a sweet surprise. The moment that I woke up, my friend that I had just vented to was outside with a sign from a quote of Carol G, one of her songs, and with Starbucks and a balloon, and I thought that was so sweet. And the cherry on top was, doing my meditation in the evening at Bodhi Studios, and it's like, I'm gonna go to it, because in those moments, when you're doing this work, like, you're not just doing it and guiding others. As you're leading, as you're teaching, as you're hosting, it also comes back to you. So it was one of those spaces of like, I'm going to show up, I'm feeling better, I'm going to guide this meditation, and I'm going to be present and connect to my breath. And it was great. It was awesome. So that's a little bit of my day yesterday. These tools work. Consistent practice helps, and you will totally see the ripple effects of it. But how are you guys doing? How's your guys' week? What are some highlights? What are some low points this week? Anything that you want to share? I wanted on this tea time to share. It was going to be like up in the air, right? Like me just talking and sharing. And I just came back from Cancun. So part of me was also, like sometimes when we're feeling certain stuff in our bodies, or when we're shaky and when we're nervous or whatever it is, sometimes we try to add stories to it to make sense of it. So one of the things that I was thinking yesterday was like, maybe, I'm sad because I'm back. I'm going through this like space of my body adjusting, and I had to let all those stories go and just be present with the feeling and moment to moment situation. But yeah, Maddie said, I started working from home yesterday, so that's been really exciting. Ooh, enjoy it. I fucking love working from home. I wake up and I stay in my pajamas and I make some tea and I put some music on and stay in my bed. So totally enjoy it. Soak it as much as you can. So I wanted to share with you guys, the article that I wrote. And I wrote it 3 years ago when I was living in Vietnam. I don't know if you guys have seen the recent post that I did. But I wrote, how 3 years ago I found an outlet to share the vibrant unknown and to share the whispers in our hearts. And it was a really sweet moment too, like bittersweet, because it was towards the end of me living abroad. Pandemic hit. It felt like it was like the best choice to come back during that time of so much uncertainty and just to be with family. But I was able to write this, and I think I found it through like Facebook, the local newspaper for the expat community. And I reached out, and the girl said, yeah, like just, write it to me and I'll let you know if it gets published or not. So I literally pour like my heart and my soul and just the experiences that I've had up until that point. And she never replied, with a yes, good to go. We're gonna publish you on the local newspaper, or no, it doesn't fit with, the blueprint of a newspaper. She never responded to yes or no. But she did tell me that it was going to be out at the beginning of the month. So I remember that day I went to a coffee shop, and it was one of like those routines of just going to a coffee shop and getting some tea and just doing my own little thing before starting the day. And I did that, and I saw it. Like, I didn't see my article right away, but I saw, just how it's folded, and you have the title of the newspaper and just like the front news type of stuff. So I remember like seeing it, picking it up, and like stepping aside and like, like randomly, or not randomly, like sporadically looking for it. And I took the whole page. So super exciting. I sent some photos, and literally, I'm pretty sure all of you guys have felt this feeling in some point in your life when it feels like what you've been dreaming of has manifested in front of your life, in front of your eyes, and you feel this gratitude and this feeling of excitedness and just really being on like maybe cloud 9 in a way, but at the same time also being super present with it and just in disbelief almost. And I've always wanted to be an author, and I'm currently working on that. So to see it and to see, written by my name, it was just super exciting. But I wanted to read it to you guys. So Jocelyn said, it's hard to leave Cancun, so when you're back to reality, it's sad. Yeah. The reality, Yeah, when you're traveling, it's those spaces of, like, freedom and curiosity and adventure every single day and unlimited of activities, and sometimes it feels like joy and happiness, and it is hard to come back. I think I felt a lot of like my family stuff, and then just not having my own space, and I think that really hit yesterday, and just other stuff too. But I always want to make it my goal, and something that I'm working on, like to have that space in my own household or in my own living situation where I'll be excited to come back to my home. I'll be excited as excited I am to leave, I'm also going to be so excited to come back. And there's quotes here and there where they say, like, make your life like the vacation that you'll never want to leave from, or something like that. And I was like, that's goals. Totally goals. But yes, Jocelyn, I was like, oh, I was on my bike and like all this other stuff, and now I'm coming back. Okay, so this is how it goes. So the vibrant unknown, and let me know if anything pops up for you guys, or if you guys just want to close your eyes and hear this, whatever works for you guys. Thank you guys for showing up too. So the vibrant unknown. We have all stepped into the unknown by simply moving to Vietnam. And this is, again, the readers were directly to the expat community, but also I'm currently reading a whole book about the vibrant unknown, so there's going to be more examples of how we've stepped into the unknown in many different ways in our lives. So yeah. Okay, so we have all stepped into the unknown by simply moving to Vietnam. For many of us, this move is an unknown from the unusual way of living back at home. Quote, right? Unquote. We have decided to step outside of what society has told us we must do or must achieve, and we decided to follow our heart's whisper, intuition, heart's pull, whatever you would like to call it, and move abroad. For many, this journey is not easy, and for others, it's a piece of cake. Through my experience of stepping into the unknown and coming to Vietnam, I have come to realize and feel how this unknown turns into such a vibrant unknown. Once we decide to not listen to our fears or fears of society, doubts, and judgments, and once we decide to listen and follow the whispers in our hearts, the journey transforms into the vibrant unknown. A vibrant unknown that is filled with colorful interactions with people who forever leave footprints in your heart. It leads you to vibrant experiences and places you never imagined or dreamed of, and it leads you to one of the most vibrant relationships you will ever have, the one with yourself. Listening and following your heart's whispers will fill you up with glow, curiosity, faith, adventure, bliss, resilience, and abundance of love. Once settled in Hanoi, I had yet another whisper arise in my heart, as strong as the one that said to move to Vietnam. This whisper was to start a self-growth spiritual book and meditation club. This whisper frightened me. My head was filled with judgment and fear. I had no resources to start this. I didn't even know the language. Who am I to guide meditation? Am I worthy enough? Can I even lead a book discussion? Am I smart enough to do this? After a deep bond with my coworker, I realized that I was going to do this no matter what. I realized that I was already committed even though I had my own fears and judgments. The day after, she committed to help me with this club. We started meeting and it seemed as if everything was aligning perfectly. We decided to name the club the Vibrant Souls as a stem from the Vibrant Unknown. My intention with the Vibrant Souls is to create a loving space where individuals can be the light that they truly are, to be vulnerable, to learn, and to share personal truths, kindness, and love. Taking this action was another stem of following the unknown. As soon as I committed to step into the unknown with this club, it turned into the Vibrant Unknown. I have met beautiful and vibrant souls in which I learn and grow from, as they do from each other. We have prolonged conversations that make us curious about our own perspectives and life, and that guides us more to learn about ourselves. For some, this has simply become a place where they can come and find peace and solace away from the noise of the city. And next section, the whisper in our hearts. We all have these whispers, intuition, gut feelings to do something. These whispers tell us to write a book, to start a business, to move to another country, to quit a job, to eat healthier, to leave that relationship, etc. Most of the time, there's no why, just a feeling. These whispers are filled with love, and it leads us to where we are meant to be. It leads us out of darkness, confusion, and leads us to clarity and love. It also leads us to find our purpose and to our genuine gifts of creativity. Often, though, our thoughts of fear, judgment, doubt, and insecurities are all around it. It's a journey to be aware of these thoughts. It's a journey to be aware of these thoughts and to gently step into the unknown of these whispers in our hearts, and let the journey transform into the vibrant unknown. As we go through life, we want the love that resides within us to drive us to what truly makes us happy, and to drive us to the creativity within us that not only makes us happy, but can also serve the world. Letting the love of these whispers drive and not fear. It's not an easy journey, as life is a flux filled with surprises and rocky mountains. But it is and has been worth it. Others people's expression of gratitude and love along this vibrant unknown will fill up your soul to keep going. Look at your life and the whispers you have in your heart. Also, look at the whispers that you have followed in your heart. use those experiences to be aware of any whispers you have in your heart now, and let it guide you through the vibrant unknown. Whatever they may be, work through your fears and just keep going, just keep going. So yeah, that's a little the vibrant unknown that I wrote. And this is perfect because actually the Vibrant Unknown and the Vibrant Souls, right? The Vibrant Souls was a meditation/book club that I also created abroad, as I just shared. And something to share with you guys too is that I'm going to start hosting book clubs at Bodhi Studios in Anaheim monthly. So, woo! Super excited. For more details, stay tuned. It's still in the works, but I got the okay and the yes. So I'm really excited because I love book clubs. I love reading and I love talking about books with other people who are also reading books. And just like what I said in this article, right? Like in those spaces, the questions that we have as we're reading, or the aha moments, or the shifts in perspectives, even like feelings or thoughts that arise that are uncomfortable, it's so nice to have a space where we're all with the same intention of curiosity and of being in that space of like non-judgmental spaces and just being there for each other and hearing each other out and asking each other questions and kind of going deeper with each other in those conversations, and like, oh, fucking love it so much. So I'm excited, so stay tuned. I have 3 books in mind. So I'll probably be posting it on Instagram and have you guys vote for it. So there's one about solitude. The other one is about being in the moment. And then there's another one by Gabor Mate, which is like a trauma book. Actually, and then there's a 4th one too, which is actually about just our soul and God. So yeah, super excited. Yay! In my ears, I hear like, people clapping, I guess. So that's why I'm like, yay! People clapping and cheering on. And I'm like, yes! Maybe those are my spirit guides and I'm totally listening to them. So yeah, stay tuned. And then also another announcement is that, and stay tuned again for like the date, but I'm gonna start meditating at Bodhi Studios on the weekends, on Saturdays. So that's another thing to look forward to. But yeah, so thank you guys for showing up. With the trip of Cancun, it was super beautiful and amazing, and we didn't make it to the beaches, but we made it to the cenotes. And my partner was going to come on tea time today so we could share our experiences together. So maybe next week he'll pop on and we can share more about it together. But it was really, really beautiful and kind of synchronicity, like coming all together, because it's been 3 years since I wrote this. And 5 years ago, I went to Cancun by myself, and it was the first time that I had ever traveled by myself. And the reason for it was, one, I had just gone out of a 5-year relationship, February, and within 2 weeks, I booked a ticket to Cancun in September, the following month, like September, and my intention was to explore the whisper in my heart, which was seek solitude. And at the time, I think I was like 22, like I had no idea what the fuck solitude was. Like, what is this thing that's like arising in my body of like solitude? But I had like a huge desire to break up and to go our separate ways, and it was hard, and you know, as we all know, probably through breakups are never easy, even if you're the one that's cutting the ties, right? That's like making the final choice. And yeah, like months later, I went to Cancun, and it was literally one of like the baby steps of the conviction of the whisper in our hearts and also the vibrant unknown. So it was super, 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 what's the word? I can't even find a word for it, to be back after 5 years and kind of like reflect on the last couple of years of my growth and where I'm at now and who I am now. And again, I'm pretty sure all of you guys have like those moments of reflection, or you're in a certain place or you're with certain people and you get all these glimpses of reflection of your life for the last couple of years. And I felt like that was me every day, just reflecting and reminiscing and also being so proud of like who I am and my growth, and even like the hard shit, right? Like, it's not easy to go through inner work healing. It's not easy to go through muck. It's not easy to go through seasons of darkness and all that good stuff. But there's moments when you kind of look back and you reflect and you're like, oh, like, I see why. Like, I learned so much through that. Or, okay, like, I see how it was just a season and I'm so grateful for it for whatever reason, right? So that's how I felt during my trip. And yeah, I just added that much more faith and conviction to allowing ourselves to keep listening to the whisper in our hearts and to step into it and to have that faith and that trust, and not only in ourselves, but also like our higher power, whatever our own understanding of a higher power is. So stay tuned, because I'm writing a book on it, and so far it has 12 chapters, and this last year was a little bit like I went through like other internal healing and growth and moments of release, and I wanted to put it in that book, but it's not matching up. So I think there's 2 books coming on in the future, but for now I'm working on the Vibrant Unknown. So stay tuned, guys. The goal is to get it published by the end of this year. So send me some good vibes and some positive energy and all of your prayers and encouragements. And if you're on the same path of being a public speaker and an author and sharing your message, keep fucking going. We're gonna do this together. So yeah, much love. Oh, last thing before I end, because one time I heard a while back how these heart, like, other like poets and spiritual leaders have talked about like this whisper in your heart, and there's like different names for it. Some people will call it like a heart's pull, intuition, and I really resonated with the heart's whisper. And I don't know who exactly said it, but they said that the whisper that you have in your heart, that desire of you wanting to do XYZ, it's because somebody is out there in the world seeking for it. Somebody out there in the world is praying for it. Somebody out there in the world is looking for somebody like you. So the reason why you have that heart's desire, that heart's whisper, is because it's meant for you to do that journey and to be in that space and teach them and show them and be what they're looking for. So yeah. Hey Ashley, hey music. So yeah, I'm about to end my tea time, but thank you guys for joining. Much love. Stay tuned for next week. I'll have my partner on here and we'll share more about our cenotes and what we've learned about each other and what we learned, and just in general our different perspectives of the culture and just like little things like that. So it'll be fun. Oh yes, Jocelyn, the tattoo. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Okay, so my partner and I, we went to yeah, and I want to share too. So okay, here we go. So we talked about getting a tattoo, like just here and there, like what he wanted to get and what I wanted to get, and we went out there and we kind of had our own, like, what we want to manifest, and some things didn't happen and some things did. It was great overall though. But one night we were just like, okay, let's go look for a tattoo shop. And again, we already had these ideas, and we manifested a tattoo shop that was having a 2-for-1 deal. So he got 2 tattoos and I got 2 tattoos. So one of them, let's see if you can see it, is, I don't know if you can see it, but, okay. So it's a leaf and then the roots, like big ass roots. But one of the reasons why I got this one is because I love nature. Like, I love being out in nature, and I have a connection with, nature. But one of the reasons why I got this was because we were in the cenotes, like, I want to say basically like almost every day. And there was 2 times when we were in the cenotes where we had snorkeling gear. And it's so crazy because for me, like, I would swim on top, but like when you're in your lake or like the beach, sometimes it gets dark. And I had a little fear of like, I don't know, I don't want to go down that way. It seems like that's where it ends. But then when I had my snorkeling gear, like I would go under and there was just like this huge space. Like there was vastness of space, but there was also roots. And it was just very beautiful to see how there's like little leaves and they were connected to these roots and these bigger roots, and they were connected to like this huge ass tree, and I was just like in awe the whole time. And I have a connection with just plants and their roots growing. I had a session with one of my life coaches a couple months ago, and just the roots, right? Yeah. So she found that, like, yeah, that's another story for another tea time. But and then the other one that I got was it says be here now. So, and I have this on my right hand because whenever I journal, I can see it as I'm journaling. It's like a little mantra for myself, be here now. And if you guys know me, I followed like Ram Dass and, for a long time, and his mantra is be here now, and that's all we ever have, right? And it's just the moment. So it's work though. In those moments when I'm feeling certain feelings, I'm like, be here now. Okay, just sit with it. But yeah, so that's cool. I love it. Totally love it. Jocelyn said, did you guys get matching tattoos? So he got my name on his ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, we didn't get matching tattoos. I mean, he got, I wonder if I can share. I think I can share. So he got a bee right here because he has his own connection with bees. And maybe next week when we do a tea time together, he'll... You know, we were on, I don't know if he's still on here, but we were on a phone call with his mom and one of his really good friends, and they both asked us the same thing. And I was like, yeah, like, he's gonna get my name, I'm gonna get his name. And you can tell they were like, don't do that. It's like, no, of course not. But yeah, he got a B here. Not a B here, but he just got a B. And then on here, he got an apothos with like a science 2B thingy. And he has a connection to both. So, yep. So yeah, stay tuned next week. I'll have him on here and he can share the tattoos. So yeah, thank you guys. I love you guys a lot. Thank you guys for showing up. And yeah, stay tuned for all the beautiful stuff that are coming up. Much, much love.